Kid Rock was recently performing in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and his show got oddly political. Now, if you can recall, he said that he was planning on running for office, possibly Senate in the near future. And so it's not surprising that he wants to chime in on politics. He just did so in a fascinating way. So we have a short video that was posted on Instagram to share with you guys, and then I'll fill in the blanks. Take a look.
Not PC and think you have to remind me that Black Lives Matter. Nazis fucking bigots, and now again the KKK says screw all you assholes, stay the fuck away. It's no secret we're divided, and we all should take some blame. We should be ashamed that we all seem scared to call him by his name. So please, Almighty Jesus, if you're looking down tonight, please guide us with your wisdom and give us strength to fight the tyrant evils that lurk here and abroad, and remind us all we are still just one nation under God. Now let's get down to brass tacks before I hit you with this funk. I get it right. Hillary Clinton.
Okay. So, in case you missed some of that, he did reference Colin Kaepernick at one point during the concert, saying, and if you want to take a knee or sit during our Star-Spangled Banner, call me a racist because I'm not politically correct, and think you have to remind me that Black Lives Matter.
So he went on to, as you saw in the video, then to reference the Nazis and the bigots and the KKK in a negative light.
And condemn them as well.
And he said, I screw all you assholes, stay the fuck away. Meaning both the Kaepernicks of the world and the people that have to remind us that Black Lives Matter, and the KKK. So I'm glad he included the KKK, so that's one step better than Donald Trump, okay? But basically putting Black Lives Matter and Kaepernick in the same category as Nazis and bigots is a piece of shit move by Kid Rock. So look, it is a populist move, I get it. A lot of people in this country are in that frame of mind. Hey man, I'm not for the Nazis, I'm not KKK, that's bullshit. Yeah, fuck them. But those guys who say that that Black lives should matter, fuck them too. Okay, and I know what they think, and that's why Kid Rock is doing this to get popular, which is to like, no, I'm not racist. I know Black Lives Matter. You don't have to remind me, as he said, right? But apparently we do, because we keep showing you the stats where the cops arrest blacks at disproportionate rates, they shoot unarmed blacks at disproportionate rates, and then you go, yeah, whatever, man, whatever. If you try to change it, then I'm gonna get offended. Well, okay, if you don't want to change a system that has a racial impact in the country, then I don't know what you want me to call you. And I think Colin Kaepernick is an American hero for costing himself millions of dollars based on a principle and doing freedom of speech. He's unlikely to be affected by any of this. He's famous, he's rich, he's a celebrity. He did it to help other African Americans in the country. I think that's awesome. So if Kid Rock thinks it's cool to go, oh yeah, to him, then fuck Kid Rock.
Yeah, so it's really funny because that phrase politically correct gets tossed around a lot by conservatives. To be fair, I don't really know what Kid Rock's political identity is. Like, is he a Republican? Is he a conservative Republican? I have no idea. Honestly, I don't really care.
Neither does he. He doesn't know either.
Right, exactly. But the thing that I wanted to mention was how he said, he basically criticized Colin Kaepernick and said, I'm not politically correct, so if you want to call me racist, call me racist. Like, that was what he implied, right? But you're asking Colin Kaepernick to follow along with what you consider politically correct. You consider it politically correct to stand during the Star-Spangled Banner or during the national anthem.
That's a great point.
Right? And so, first of all, it is his First Amendment right to protest, and that is the peaceful form of protest that Colin Kaepernick chose to take. And you're again asking him to be politically correct by doing what you think is the moral thing to do. And that's just, and by the way, I mean, you want to talk about moral. You want to talk about moral, okay? Just stop. Like,
No,
I'm
but
tired of it.
That was actually my favorite part. Kid Rock's like, yeah, it's all because of Jesus Christ. Jesus, yeah. I'm sure that's what Jesus was in favor of, right? He came to the temple and before he threw out the money changers, he's like, right? And Jesus loved America. That's why he showed Jesus and the American flags. Oh, right, America didn't exist at the time. Anyway, these are thoughts that are a tiny bit above Kid Rock's head. But you know what? It might work though.
Exactly. He grabs iconic symbolism, he matches it with big-time dynamic theater, and what do you end up with? You end up with something that is similar, not so different than Trump. I understand Trump has a different style, but it's a cult of personality. It's a plain speak, it's making fun of the political correctness. Now you throw in a rock star element and a dash of that as Jake says. I mean, that's exactly right. It was theater. And people are responsive to this. They don't even really care about his politics. You know, when Anna asks, you know, is he a right-wing conservative? He doesn't know. I mean, he realizes how easy it is now. I think he realizes, wow, this political door is farther open than I thought it was. I don't really have to know jack shit about things. I just have to make fun of these people and make fun of those people and throw in an and I'm in.
Yeah, well, look, I'll go further. In fact, in this concert, he said, you know, people are talking about Kid Rock for Senate. I'm talking about Kid Rock for president, right? Great, that ought to be awesome. And he's like, and if you don't like it, but your president is not a motherfucking Trump. Blah. So, but people like the blah. So, okay. Now, you know what happened? A group said, look, you're in violation of campaign finance laws because you can't run for Senate and do X, Y, and Z. He sells merchandise, Kid Rock for Senate or whatever, right? And you can't do that. And Kid Rock responded with, yeah, fuck off.
Cool.
Okay,
yeah.
That's so cool and hip, and people maybe they like that because it seems brazen and all that stuff. But if we've created a culture where if someone says you broke the law and you go, oh yeah, fuck off, and you get away with it, that's not rule of law. That's kind of the opposite of rule of law.
Yeah, I mean, we're creating that culture right now as we speak. You know, the president is not supposed to have conflicts of interest. He has conflicts of interest. He has used his position as the commander-in-chief to profit off, you know, meetings at Mar-a-Lago or his businesses like Trump Tower. I mean, who cares? Who cares? I mean, we've reported on that over and over and over again, provided many examples as to why those conflicts of interest go against the best interests of the American people. But his supporters don't care, his base doesn't care. They've emboldened that type of unlawful behavior, and so he's gonna continue doing it. So you create that culture and you sit there as a Republican and you bask in it thinking that it's great. Wait until a liberal Democrat gets elected into office. Let's see how you feel about the precedent that you just set.
Okay, and look, I think that part of the problem with some liberals is that they look at Kid Rock doing all this stuff and they go, oh, that's not right, he shouldn't be doing that. I'm not in that camp. So Kid Rock, you wanna play? We can play, right? Kids that play. Fuck you too, Kid Rock, and you can suck my dick, okay?
Oh, wow.
How do you like them apples? And you are a piece of shit who doesn't understand this country at all. And you want to get into politics? Welcome to the fucking jungle, dickhead. We'll make sure that you fucking get annihilated. How do you like them apples? Help us build independent media. Become a member of the Young Turks. TYTnetwork.com/join.